Hi, I'm Leah Caplanis, the founder and CEO of Social Sparkling Wine, and our mission is to create the most health-conscious alcohol available today. I started Social Sparkling Wine because when I was 26, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, and I decided to heal holistically. So I went on this journey where I explored lots of different diets and cleanses and learned a ton about what it means to be really, really healthy and happy. And something I noticed was that during that time I didn't drink alcohol, and my social life sort of was different. I didn't feel as connected to people, I wasn't dating as much, and when I was healed I started drinking again, and I noticed there wasn't an option out there that I felt great about drinking, and so I put a team together and created Social, and we launched in 2014. Being in entrepreneurship, there are fears that come at you all day long, every day. It's like a roller coaster. And the only way that I've really found to deal with it is to ignore them as much as possible. So I believe that where our attention goes, energy flows. And so what we focus on, we draw to us. And my MO this whole time has been, don't worry about that. Most of the time, our fears never actually come to be. So instead of focusing on any of those fears, I push them out of my mind and I focus on problem solving. Focusing on what is the ideal that could happen, what is it that I really want to happen, and how do you make that come to be? So one of the moments when I felt like I was being a bit of an imposter or had that syndrome was when I pitched to a bunch of my school colleagues for this business program, and I got up there and I said, I want to create Bud Light for women. And I was telling them that I was going to create a national brand, and it would be ubiquitous like Bud Light, but it would be designed like women would want it to be. And right away, I felt a stir in the audience where they just felt uncomfortable with how big and bold I was claiming to be. And so that made me doubt myself a little bit, and I didn't use that line as much anymore. And today, almost 4 years later, that's actually what's happening. We're in 31 states now, and it's definitely not Bud Light necessarily, but it is becoming a national brand, and it is female focused, 4% alcohol, something that they can drink instead of drinking Bud Light, say. So the advice that I would give after going through that is, one, be bold and expect that people are going to feel uncomfortable with your vision, your big vision. That's just, if they're not uncomfortable with your vision, then your vision is not bold enough. The other advice that I would give for the imposter syndrome is that we all have to sort of dress for the role that we want. So we have to, if we want to be a role, we've got to step up every day and look like we're ready to play that part and to get that job. So you have to act like that's who you're meant to be, because if you don't believe that you're meant to be something, no one else is going to believe that. So plan to sort of show up every day being the person that you plan to be in a couple years, and that's how you'll end up becoming that person. Loneliness and entrepreneurship. This is a fact from what I experience and what my fellow entrepreneurs experience. You just can't spend as many hours as you need to spend giving yourself to your business and not sacrifice time with your friends and family. There's just so many hours in a day. So it's definitely one of the biggest challenges emotionally to deal with, loneliness. And the ways that I cope with that are to really get to understand myself and to understand what I need. So do I really need to meet up with a friend for dinner, or to call a friend, or to maybe I need to go for a walk, or I need to go do yoga. Whatever it is, you really get to know yourself because you're spending so much time with yourself. And you have to treat yourself as if you are the MVP. You're the most important person for a company, and you've got to take care of yourself in whatever ways necessary. The fear of failure is sort of a blessing and a curse, because the times that I have been the most afraid are the same times when I have pushed through and found a way to take my business to the next level. So when we had to come up with funding to produce more product, or when we had to sell more so that we could stay in business, when I was afraid we could lose it all and I would owe my friends and family hundreds of thousands of dollars, really, at the end of the day. What I've done is those moments, they end up being like the survival instinct. And that kicks in, and you have some sleepless nights, and you wake up the next day and you know what to do. And you go out, you make it happen, and you get past it. And once you do that enough, then you recognize that fear when it comes in, and you know that it's full of it, and you know to just ignore it and to take action to solve your problem. And every time you do that, you build up that muscle and that willpower and determination, and so it doesn't have control of you anymore. Times I've failed, gosh, if I looked at them like that, I could probably have a huge list, because there were so many people that said no. I mean, we had to get distributed in Chicago, we had 4 big distributors tell us no, and just the 5th one said yes. I've had retailers that tell us no. I have investors that tell us no. I have just, you name it, it's completely part of success. Failure is built into success. So for me, when I've failed, I don't look at it like that. All I'm doing is staying completely focused on what I need to do, sometimes today, sometimes this hour, sometimes in the next 10 minutes. It's whatever you need to get done to get you away from that failure. And then the next day comes, and you survived, and you made it through, and you're in a better place. Something that I took away from healing cancer holistically was that I choose now to enjoy each day. So that means that when I'm walking into a meeting that is so important for my business, I've consciously said to myself, you're going to have fun. You're going to enjoy this day. You're going to enjoy this meeting. This is business. This is fun. This is what I want to do. This isn't what I always have to do. I'm here because I want to. So I've taken that energy and that mentality into as many days as I can. And what I learned from healing from thyroid cancer holistically was that you can't sweat the small stuff. This is business, there are a lot of opportunities, but our health is the most important, our families are the most important, and the rest we should just enjoy. Enjoy. It makes you do a better job. It makes people want to be around you, and you can't sweat the small stuff.